Alright guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to switch things up a bit. Shiba Inu had a tremendous month of October. It grew by well over 30 billion in less than a month and has become a headline across news in the finance space. Today I want to do a market analysis and determine exactly how high can the price of Shiba Inu go within the next 3 months. We're going to use a combination of market analysis and SWOT analysis to see if we can predict how the market is going to react to Shiba Inu over the next few months. And then I'm going to interpret this data and put it into a visual simulation to bring things life. Okay guys, we've got a lot of ground to cover, so let's get right to it. Welcome back to SHIB Planet, everyone. This is Ace. Today we're going to run a price simulation for Shiba Inu over the next 3 months or so. Before I go on, please note that these videos are for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. And whilst the simulations which we use may be mathematically accurate, their primary purpose is to teach people how price mechanics work in crypto. They are not a crystal ball. Okay, let's go. Since Shiba Inu has had such a large influx of new holders in the month of October, I'm going to try represent those who bought in right at the beginning of all the action. So the price of SHIB on the 4th of October was roughly 5 zeros and 8433 units. And the market cap at that time was about 3.3 billion. So let's simulate a purchase to represent these people of about $1,000 at that date. So what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to go here. I'm going to click input $1,000 and click buy. And then this is the amount of tokens which would have been, which we would have been able to purchase at that time. So I'm just going to re-enter that and hard code that amount. And then now this is pretty much how we're going to start things off. Okay, so this is our price. This is how much we've purchased. So let's just zip through all of October right up until close to the end. And then I'm just going to add here 7.5 billion, and because this was the market cap on the very last day of October, it was roughly 34 billion. However, I'm going to catch you up on some drama. The circulating supply was updated shortly after SHIB entered the top 10. So my price actually at the moment is actually wrong. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to adjust the circulating supply. And I know it's very frustrating, guys, but that's the reality of the at the moment. Unless someone can, prove via the blockchain how that's possible. So also before I do that, just take note that our profit would have been 10,000 at the old circulating supply, but I'm going to have to adjust this according to what it says in CoinMarketCap. So this is the current circulating supply according to CoinMarketCap. I'm just going to head back to our calculator, and I'm just going to have to readjust that to the new circulating supply. And now our price matches the current market price as at the end of October. But notice how our profit has dropped to about 7K. And I know I didn't need to show you that, but I just wanted to illustrate why that adjustment frustrated so many people in the community. In any case, we're actually still doing pretty well. Let's jump forward. Okay, before we do a price simulation for the next 3 months, I have to give you my rationale for why I'm going to choose the numbers I'm going to choose. And I can't just pick a number out of thin air. So to do this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rely on internal and external factors, which can directly and indirectly influence the price of Shiba Inu. So, and then after that, I'm going to quickly do a SWOT analysis to highlight some of the specifics of some of those factors. Okay, internal factors. Internal factors are everything which have to do with the Shiba Inu project itself, mainly the utility and any news and announcements about any developments from the Shiba Inu team itself. External factors, these are broadly how the market and the environment, how they react to Shiba Inu as the days and the months go ahead. Okay, let's start with internal. Did you guys know that psychological factors have a big influence on cryptos, particularly when a milestone is approaching? For example, just the fact of being called the Dogecoin killer, it played a huge role in the market, and this helped fulfill that very name. Did you notice how Shiba Inu cooled down shortly after overtaking Doge? Similarly, did you notice how Cardano it cooled down shortly after the smart contracts were launched? Also, did you notice how Bitcoin cooled down shortly after El Salvador and after it reached its all-time high? Anyway, in this case, Shiba Inu actually has several roadmap utility which is being released over the next 3 months, and these are all expected to put upward pressure on the price. So let's list them out for your sake. We have the Shiboshi's NFT game. We've got the launch of Shibarium, which is the layer 2 blockchain. We've got a whole series of coin burns, which are going to be announced in conjunction with utility. We also have the launch of ShibaNet, which is scheduled for sometime, next year. Then we also have a multitude of partnerships, which are expected. And as for external factors, let's list those out too. Firstly, we can probably have the broader crypto market, which is influenced by Bitcoin. We have viral hype, which we're experiencing right now. We're going to have a lot of new entrants into crypto, which are going to be drawn by the likes of Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. And there's also a lot of media buzz, which is circulating around Shiba Inu at the moment. And of course, the elusive Robinhood listing. Anyway, for now, let's do a SWOT analysis on some of these factors. SWOT, guys, it basically means strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So here are some of the strengths and what I would call the strengths and opportunities for Shiba Inu at the moment. So one of them is the Shiboshi's game. Now, the Shiboshi's game is currently under development with a AAA studio. Now, this is huge because a AAA studio, it's the AAA studio who has taken up this contract. They're going to lend major credibility to Shiba Inu. And also this is going to bring in many non-crypto gamers who may be familiar with games from that particular studio. Also, the largest game in the top 100 is Axie Infinity. And Axie Infinity has a market cap of about 8 billion at the moment. And once people hear that a AAA NFT-based game is coming out, it might cause a type of NFT game FOMO, since people are familiar with the viral nature of Shiba Inu. Incidentally, and this part is my own opinion, but I don't think the SHIB token is actually going to be the token for this game. It'll most likely be the Bone token, and here's why I think so. Axie and Bone, they have nearly identical token supplies, with 250 million for Bone, and I think 270 million for Axie Infinity. And those levels of supply are quite typical for NFT-based games. So gamers are more likely to be familiar with pricing around that level, at least from a price point of view, compared to Leash, for example. Anyway, regardless of which token is chosen, the flow-on effect will always indirectly or directly influence the price of SHIB. As for opportunities, I think that the viral attention which is coming on SHIB at the moment, it can only serve to magnify any announcements which happen concerning our roadmap utility, which I've mentioned before. And this can help to build anticipation and cause more investment. So anyway, here's a quick summary of some of the media attention which has been hitting SHIB, very, very regularly, recently. Let me just see if I can find that for you. Okay, firstly, Ether, it reached its all-time high recently because of the popularity of the SHIB token on the Ethereum blockchain. I'll jump to the next one. Shiba Inu, it's leading the way in hauling in mass crypto adoption by drawing in newcomers into crypto. And I really like this image over here. It pretty much summarizes that Shiba Inu quite perfectly. It says here that SHIB, it presents itself as a meme coin, but underneath it hides sophisticated DeFi and relevant world utility. Also, did you know that Crypto.com, it polled its users on Twitter, asking them if SHIB should be used as a form of payment alongside Bitcoin and Ethereum, and over 90% of the followers said yes. An article here says that smart money has been pouring into Shiba Inu and is the leading factor which caused Shiba Inu to flip Doge recently. Also, the CEO of AMC is considering to take on SHIB as a form of payment for gift card purchases, and this is really huge considering how the scope of AMC. Also, speaking of CEOs, the CEO of Twitter himself is acknowledging the influence of SHIB because it's now being placed alongside Bitcoin and Ethereum on the main Coinbase app on the App Store page. And I'll just jump to show you a few others. Shiba Inu, it's now the second most mentioned cryptocurrency for the month of October, second only to Bitcoin. and it's also the #1 most visited cryptocurrency in the month of October. And to top that all off, as if we don't have enough news already, Watcher Guru confirmed that Tesla actually placed Shiba as a payment function next to Apple Pay and Bitcoin in their system code. This was actually, investigated and later confirmed by one of the Shiba Inu developers. And they stated that the code is indeed real, but it could either be someone from Tesla just trolling, or they could have actually uncovered, something which is being prepared. And finally, this one came in just as I was preparing this video. Binance has just announced a new trading pair to swap between SHIB and Doge, and that is quite big. Anyway, I'll quickly head back to the weaknesses here. So the weaknesses and threats which are against Shiba Inu at the moment, in my opinion, it's mostly FUD, which is fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and bad journalism. There's a lot of articles which don't bother to research into Shiba Inu, and they choose to lazily pass on secondhand false information. And since SHIB has like meme roots, its price can still be moved quite a lot by rumors. Anyway guys, let's get back to the numbers. Alright, as a foundation, I'm going to move SHIB alongside Bitcoin using my revised version of the stock to flow model, which puts Bitcoin at about 100K in December. To achieve this, Bitcoin is actually going to have to grow by a total of about 760 billion between now and December, and I'm just going to use a straight line average to make Bitcoin reach that goal. Okay, SHIB. For SHIB, I expect SHIB to bounce between the 6,000 and 70,000 unit mark as the market begins to process the viral attention. So the first week should see SHIB trading at a minimum of about 7,500 units. So that's where I'm going to put SHIB. So just a second. Cool. So at this stage, this is pretty much where I would place SHIB at some point within the first 10 days. So whenever Bitcoin cools off, I'm just going to head back here. Now those numbers will be influenced by Bitcoin, which will most probably reach its all-time high within the first 10 days. So I'm going to put Bitcoin at close to its all-time high. I may even put it at its all-time high, definitely within the next 10 days. And whenever Bitcoin cools off, I expect ETH to be one of the first beneficiaries of Bitcoin profits. But this time, Shiba Inu is going to be the first in line amongst the altcoins. Now, remember that the same thing also happened in May with Dogecoin, because SHIB has a lot of attention and a much smaller because SHIB has a lot more attention right now and a much smaller market cap. It may be very tempting for smart money to allocate a portion of their profits into SHIB, and I expect SHIB to be able to get to at least 45 billion within the first 10 to 15 days. So that's where I'm going to put it. Okay, I'll head back to Bitcoin, and but by now Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin, it needs to hit at least 72K if it's to stay on track. So let's see where that'll take us. I'll take that to about maybe 2/3 through the way. That's about 72 by about the 20th. That's where I predict Bitcoin to be able to go, especially if it's to be at least on track with 100K. And as for Shiba Inu, I'll quickly jump to Shiba Inu, and I'll jump Shiba Inu as well to the 20th. Now, round about this time, I expect the media to start looking deeper into the value offering of Shiba Inu. And if Shiba Inu can carry on its momentum and grow with the broader market, we could actually see it eating a zero around about this time, especially in the last bit of the month. And don't forget about Leash and Bone and the Shiboshis, because they've been doing really well lately. So it's likely that the attention on Leash is going to start having flow-on effects onto SHIB, because remember, Leash has an extremely low circulating supply. So if it pumps very easily, and it looks like it's really might hit 10K in price this month pretty easily. And so just to rush things off, I'm just going to pump Shiba Inu all the way up until November. So that means that definitely if it continues its momentum with all the catalysts which we're expecting, Shiba Inu has the potential to eat a zero within the month of November. And of course, this is going to be fueled by continued growth in Bitcoin. So I'll pump Bitcoin as well to reach at about 79 price here. But I know that there are other analysts such as Plan B who forecast it to be 90, 93. So the reason I'm not going by that, even though that's the one I would actually prefer, is because I think that the market is actually going to be diluted by a lot of other smaller attention by smaller market cap altcoins such as Shiba Inu. So that might actually delay the growth of some of these tokens. Anyway, that's quite interesting. I'll just quickly head back to Shiba Inu. I also think that by now, unless XRP wins its case, SHIB would have already flipped XRP, and this is going to be fueled by a combination of FOMO and media hype and celebrity attention and any anticipation for more ambitious utility. So let me just show you what would happen if SHIB continued this very momentum all the way through December. So this means that would break 90 billion. So I think 90 billion is indeed possible because at if I was to quickly just go to Bitcoin and take it to 100, so this is well over the market cap which it reached it in May, and when that happened, Dogecoin was able to have a 90 billion market cap with basically no utility. So I think that it's well within the realms of possibility for Shiba Inu to reach this target. But notice how it's actually getting a lot harder for us to be able to eat another zero beyond this point. So this is probably where I would suspend this simulation for now. And I still think that even with these figures, we are still being pretty conservative. I also think that during this month, crypto adoption is likely to be a lot hotter in the month of December, whilst more people in the northern hemisphere are indoors and spending tends to increase around that month. And I also think December is a great time for the release of the Shiboshi's game, and if that happens at the same time as Shibarium is either launched or announced, I think this would substantiate this market cap. So I do think Shiba Inu has the strong potential to eat a zero and to pretty much stay around here probably by the time of December, and but it's going to be a lot harder to go beyond that, and that's why we need burns. And much of the utility which is currently being made, it's going to need to have a lot more burns in it, just as Satoshi promised. And I think for now I'm just going to end this simulation here, because I think this is pretty much where SHIB's target is going to be over the next few months if the momentum carries on. But remember guys, this is just a simulation. I could have run it many different ways, but this is just the way which I can substantiate it seeing under bullish conditions. And I think I'll pretty much end it right there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. The only thing which I haven't mentioned here is a Robinhood listing, because if Robinhood was to come in at any point during this time, this would actually blow any of these figures out of the water. But since Robinhood has been silent for a long time, I'm also going to remain silent and update the simulation up until they can, until we hear some other news. So let's leave it there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you want me to cover another simulation. Yeah, and I think we'll leave it there. And also, if you wanted to be able to access the same tools which I use to run these simulations, I'll leave a link in the description, which will take you to my website, and you can also watch a demo video to see the full functionality of the simulators. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I will check you out on the next video. This is Ace. Peace.